simple life.
Hello, and welcome to Passion Supernatural Podcast, the podcast where we discuss what we consider to be the best soap opera ever, Passions. Every Sunday here at 2 p.m. exclusively on YouTube. That's right, YouTube people. We air and talk about the late soap opera Passions and everything about it, whether it's the magic and the special effects, to the cast and the characters, to you name it, everything about it, everything that we all loved about it, everything that we remember about it, everything that just goes on and on and on, so forth. Hi there, I'm Joe Velasquez, host of the Passion Supernatural podcast. Along with me is my lovely friend and co-host, Casey Metcalf. How you doing, sweetie?
Doing all right.
Doing all
I'm
right?
here. Yep.
Yep, that's right. It's a good thing to hear. So, yeah, Casey and I, as I say pretty much every weekend, well, actually, before I begin, as you all might remember, I believe it might have been about last week, I think it was, when we aired, we last had our third Passions co-host, who in this time was none other than the Spike Man, Christopher Malecki. What a time that was, wasn't it?
Yep.
What a time that was. He was so much fun to have on the show. Such a nice guy. Such a wonderful man inside. Very different from his character and all of that. And at least we know that if we ever need somebody else, we can contact him again. But anyways, we're still at it. We're still trying to get more people. But in the meantime, as it's just Casey and I, we have still been watching what will actually be the final season. We've been watching it for a good long time, and we're almost done. Can you all believe it? We are almost done. We are in the month of June, and I believe we only have about maybe like say 4 or 5 more episodes to watch, and then we'll have seen the entire show. What we're gonna do after that? I mean, the
We
show
know. Yeah.
we're obviously gonna keep the show going. We're not canceled, people. We're not done. We ain't going nowhere. We will still continue to air on Sundays. But how we're gonna discuss this? Because as of now, we talk about everything that we have watched and everything. Well, since we're not gonna have a show to watch anymore, I don't know how we're gonna run the show, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna keep going. And like I said, we need people like you to like say, hey, I'll guest appear on your show. If you're a fan of the show, like and subscribe and leave your name and social media in the comment sections below. One of us is bound to reach out to you. So please let us know. We need ways to keep the show going and all of that. But in the meanwhile, from what we have watched so far, well, hmm,
Juanita was in the church at
yeah.
the church and planning out who to kill first
She's really going on her psycho moves as of right now. Yep,
and how she's gonna do it.
yep.
She says she wants to bomb the place.
We're gonna have to wait and see on that one, man. If she blows up the church, oh man, that church has been there all these years. Um, yep, and she's still planning on buying Tabitha. Well, she's already bought Tabitha's house, as we discussed the last time and everything, and now Kay and Miguel know about it. Um, they know
They're
they're gonna
not
be.
happy.
Yep, they know they're gonna be losing their neighbor for man so many years, as Kay said, since she was a kid and all that, and yep. Um oh man, what else? What else? So much has happened. Well, Vincent and Vicky are still on the loose, I guess is the proper term for it. They're um
Mm.
they're now planning a rehearsal dinner or whatever. I mean, I guess Vicky had her Aunt Esme arrange it. It's been a while since we've seen Esme, hasn't it? Esme hasn't been around that much. They've given Erin Cardillo some time off, I suppose. Um, but but yeah, Vicky has arranged it with her Aunt Esme to arrange the rehearsal dinner, so because they plan to kill everyone at the rehearsal dinner. I'm actually really, really, really surprised of how quick it took for Vicky to turn full on killer. Originally, she was just, I'm protecting myself from losing my Aunt Esme and everything killer, to where now, oh, I just want to kill people. It's actually shocking. She flipped pretty quickly. I mean, if you all remember when Vincent got her to team up with him, she was hesitant. She was hesitant on the idea, but look at her now. Now she's actually like, oh, I want to use knives. I wanna kill everybody. Like, man, oof, she flipped quick.
Yeah.
Like I said, Vincent and Vicky are my two favorite of the villains on the show, so they really get me. I love them. Um,
And Juanita keep on repeating herself over and over again.
as I always say, Juanita kind of goes back and forth between being an interesting villain to a very awesome villain. I mean, she just keeps flipping back and forth. It's whenever she starts her screaming and her yelling and, like you said, repeating herself, that's when she just isn't that interesting. She just becomes annoying, and she just, you almost want to call her bluff. Like she really doesn't mean it, when that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to believe that she wants these people dead, but you just don't when she's repeating herself and screaming and yelling and angry all the time. I mean even Vincent and Vicky, and when Alistair was alive, they were a lot more serious to take than her. I mean, she's just a whiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't worry, folks. I mean, Juanita in the end, she really pulls some stuff. I don't think there's anything to give away. I don't think I'm giving anything away by revealing this, but outside of Gwen and Rebecca, Juanita is the last villain that they take out, if you know what I mean, aside from Gwen and Rebecca. I mean, obviously Gwen and
Mhm.
Rebecca are there till the end, but Juanita's the last villain before them to be taken down. So she's she does some really kick-ass, badass things and everything. So, but yeah, she's just currently right now being a little bit annoying. But she comes around, believe me. Um, yeah, and oh man, what else? Oh boy.
And
Oh yeah,
Teresa write a letter to Ethan, and Ethan almost read it.
yep.
And then Gwen got a hold of it, and she whipped it up and threw it away.
Gwen is getting on my last nerve. She is just, oh, she just doesn't know when to quit. Um, but yeah, and shoot, what was I gonna say again? And oh, apparently now Paloma knows that Teresa's alive, so that's another person to add to.
And she faints.
A lot more than little Ethan or Pilar did.
Yeah.
I don't remember Paloma being that sensitive or that horse struck.
Mm.
But yeah, so now three people. Well, that is if you don't count Gwen. I mean, does Gwen know? I can't remember. Does Gwen know or not yet? I mean, I can't.
She knows a little bit, but not that much. She
Right,
only, because he was drunk that night when she saw Teresa and Ethan in bed together.
right, I remember that. Then I guess in this case, three people know. If only, God, if only at least everybody that was in her family could know. Just put Luis and Miguel in there, then pretty much all of her whole, at least of the Lopez Fitzgeralds, would actually know she's alive. At least she can let everybody else believe she's dead, but at least she would have her biological family on her back. I mean, have her back. So, um, but anyways, so yeah, so Paloma knows, and apparently now Sam and Ivy, apparently they now know about Vincent also being Valerie. Oh boy. they know about that, and they know about Vincent's baby. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna see that infant again. I think that was it. I find it incredibly weird that we went through that whole storyline of Vincent slash Valerie being pregnant, and then once the kid is born, we see it like 2 times, and then we never see it again. So, yeah, but they know about it now, Sam and Ivy, and they're just as holy crap or whatever as Eve and Julian are now. So,
Sam wants to go out and find where Vincent is so he can arrest him.
yeah, Sam's in Sam's basically in for a double arrest now that Vincent's got Vicky on his side.
Yeah.
um yeah, so they know about that all going on. Oh, and of course we have to reveal this. Pretty's busted. How
Hmm.
can we forget that? Pretty's finally busted. Everybody knows she ain't really pregnant. Luis is pissed off at her.
Thanks to Juanita.
Yeah, thanks to their worst enemy who's out there to kill them right now, saved them with that. Yeah. um, but now Pretty's once again out for vengeance, and I pretty much told Casey, everybody, I don't think I'm giving anything away by revealing this. I mean, it's really only a matter of time because the show is almost over and everything. I mean, there's really not much that you can really keep hush hush anymore because the show is going by so quickly and everything. But I was telling Casey, everybody, I think um the very final episode of this month that we're on right now, the month of June, that's Bye Bye Pretty. That's Pretty's final episode. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just we got to get through the month of June, and at the end of this month, like I said, 4 or 5 episodes. I forgot. I forgot if I said 4 or 5. 4 or 5 more episodes, and ever since Pretty began, she's gone. And I'm actually just now kind of realizing I think that Pretty, Melinda Sword as Pretty, I think she was the only villain that actually appeared on that Passions Live on DirecTV. I mean, okay, yeah, we had Gwen. We had Gwen and everything, but she had been on since day one, and Sheridan is more of an antagonist than she is a villain and all that stuff. I mean, she also had been on since day one. Pretty had only been on for maybe like a few months prior to its move to DirecTV and everything, and Pretty is the only full flesh villain aside from Gwen that actually made it onto that DirecTV Passions Live. I'm actually just now realizing that. I find that very, very interesting that she actually made it, but all the others, Alistair, Spike, Vicky, and Vincent, they didn't get on
Oh,
there.
gone. Yeah.
Well, Vicky, I don't even think was introduced yet. If I remember correctly, I don't think Vicky was introduced until the show made it to DirecTV. When the show came to DirecTV, I think that might have been her introduction, if I remember correctly. I can't remember, but there's a lot I can't remember. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I believe Pretty, aside from Gwen, was really the only big time one that was just evil from the start, if you know what I mean. Gwen started off as good and then later on turned villain and all that, and so yeah. But yeah, so Pretty is finally busted, and like I said, we are very close to her being taken off the show. She had her run for
Yep.
how much of a she was. I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss Melinda Sword.
Mm.
You're gonna find it interesting what happens to her, Casey. You're gonna be like, oh my god, this whole time. I mean, it was one thing. We all knew that she was faking pregnancy. We all knew that. But she's got a deep secret. Like I said, I don't think I'm giving anything away by saying this stuff as long as I don't reveal what the secret is. But Pretty's got a deep secret that she has had since the day she came to Harmony, thanks to Vincent. since Vincent brought her to Harmony, she's had a deep secret, and we're about to find out what it is. If we just keep on watching through this month of June, we're going to find out. So it's really interesting. You're actually going to be like, wow.
Hmm.
I think that's everything that we've watched so far the other day.
And I think Tabitha's little friends
Oh,
moved out,
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yes.
and
I forgot about mentioning a little bit of Tabitha aside from her selling her house and Kay Miguel finding out about it. We finally got a little bit of Endora, even though it's totally obvious, like I've been saying all along, because of child labor laws and children are only allowed to work a certain number of hours a day. It's just totally obvious that they're giving Nicole Cox more time off because of child labor laws and to hold back on the payments and all that. I mean, who knows how much her agent is charging and all that. So we've got Endora, but she's invisible.
she
uh
don't want to get out of her bed right now.
yeah.
She kept on saying she's tired and she wants to sleep all day.
Yeah. Later on, as I mentioned to you when we spoke, later on in the month of July, something's gonna happen to Endora that's actually gonna, number one, it's gonna give uh, the writers and the producers and all of them a chance to work with Endora a lot more and avoid the child labor laws and everything. They'll be able to do it without having to worry about that. They're gonna do something with Endora that's actually kind of cool. I mean, they've done it before, even though I didn't watch those seasons when they did it before. But you might remember, Casey, because again, you've been watching it since the beginning. But um, but something's gonna happen to her later on in July, and it's actually gonna be kind of cool to actually have it be done again. So, nah, we just gotta wait a little bit longer. I don't know if she's gonna come uninvisible before then or what, but all I know is that it's kind of annoying just seeing a floating talk bubble and they just can't bring that little kid on the set. So I hope they find some way to do it before this special thing happens to her in July. But yeah, you were right. I mean, she had to put Fluffy away.
Yeah, she forgot that she had Fluffy.
Yeah.
And Fluffy's paw came out in pet hole.
Yep.
And I said Fluffy kind of remind me of my neighbor's old cat, Frida. I think her name was Frida. Yeah, the cat.
Since the show is coming to an end and we're getting closer, things are actually going to start happening for Tabitha. Tabitha's really going to be in for some big stories. I mean, like I said, it's been a while since we last saw the demon elf. Well, he's not gone, he'll be back. I mean, so Tabitha's in for some stuff. Things are gonna be coming her way and everything, and that's gonna be a real showdown.
Yep.
Excuse me,
Even
everybody.
if she's 400 years old.
She what?
Even if she's a 400-year-old witch,
Yeah,
I can't imagine living that long.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they kill her or anything like that. I'm not gonna say that, but I will say though that come the come the finale, I really, because again, like you just now said, you can't imagine living that long and everything. Come the finale of the show, I can't really see her actually living that much longer, if you know what I mean. I can imagine that maybe, sometime very soon after the show ended or whatever, the character of Tabitha might have croaked or whatever, because something's going to happen for Tabitha that I just don't think that it's going to matter if she's a 300-year-old witch. I don't think she's going to be able to make it, come after the show has ended. If the show was, I mean, that's just it. I'm actually going to even say, I will actually mention this right now. If Passions did get a comeback, with some sort of a continuation, I don't know. They would have to have to pick the show up shortly after it ended, not too long later, because something's going to happen to Tabitha that I just can't see her living that much longer past 300. And as you and I have spoken about in the past, it's not that old, but Galen is actually aging, and it's starting to show. As for Luis and everything, it come Days of Our Lives, his hair is starting to get a little gray, white, whatever the word is, yeah, and all that. So they would really need to do something. I mean, as far as Tabitha goes, if the show was to ever pick up, and if Juliet Mills is still alive, they would have to start the show very shortly after its cancellation. Maybe not right away, but at least shortly after its cancellation. Either that, or just don't bring Tabitha back, which is going to be a very, very, very difficult thing for the fans. I mean, everybody loved Tabitha. I mean, what would they do? They would maybe make Endora the new witch of Harmony and have her basically taken over in her mother's shoes, but like that or whatever. Either that, and they would have to either put some hair coloring in Galen's hair to cover that up, or set it to a good long time after the show got canceled, to where it actually gives an explanation that Luis has aged. But like I said, if they do that, then I can't really imagine Tabitha being alive that much longer, come what is going to happen to her before the show is over. I will not tell you what happens to not spoil it, but I'm just saying, they really would have to do some thinking. They would really need to do some really, really hard thinking. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we just going to, find some sort of a way for Tabitha to live a lot longer? Or are we going to just not bring her back? Are we going to just put some hair coloring in Galen's hair? Or are we going to just keep it like that and say that he's aged? I mean, and then there's other characters too. We've talked about this. I mean, Julian, Rebecca, no longer with us. Father Lonigan, no longer with us. Now you actually, well, I was about to mention that. Now you understand why I say it's time to retire the character, because the character is dead. The character is dead, and the actors are dead. So it would be better off just getting a new evil. Just get a new evil and just start brand new. I don't know. Maybe have Vincent's son come on as the new evil or something like that, or invent somebody new, or bring back somebody who does survive in the end, or I mean, like I said, they could have Spike come on and take over as the full-on baddie. We don't know what happened to him. We could have him show up and start doing bad luck to Harmony, or whatever. There's a lot of bad things they could do to Harmony. I mean, because nowhere is 100% safe, no matter what you do. I mean, nowhere is entirely safe. Everywhere has got crime, and Harmony's no different.
Yep.
Yeah. Excuse me, everybody, for all my yawning. I'm actually kind of tired tonight, so yeah.
So am I. I took a nap earlier.
Yeah.
Because my head was screwing me earlier, so I laid down for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, so I mean, ugh. I normally not much longer. I normally would be getting myself ready for bed, but now that I don't have my sleeping my Ambien anymore until next month. I mean, I gotta go at least. I mean, what, next week is the final week of the month, um, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, basically 3 weeks. I gotta go 3 weeks without it, and then I get more, I believe, on the 16th. At least I hope I did the counting right and that it will be the 16th.
Yeah, but my birthday will be on the 5th.
It's coming up, isn't it? Yeah, it's coming up. We'll have a year older co-host on my show. Mine's not
Yeah,
until June, so
I'll be 40. Can't believe it.
how old?
40.
40?
Yep.
You're older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't
You
get that
are.
off my mind. You look like you could be younger than I.
I know. That's why everybody said. They said I don't look like my age.
I mean, I'm 37.
So you would be like 2 years younger than me, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, ugh. So I mean, with passions and everything, everybody just maybe all of you out there can help us. I mean, again, we're not canceling the show. We're going to keep on going and the show is going to pursue. We just, once we're done, we got to find a way to have other things to talk about. The one time that we had um Acacia, I think, or whatever her name was, I forget her name, who was the
Acacia.
something like that, who guest
Yeah.
appeared on our show, she suggested to me, why don't we start the show over from the beginning, and why don't we start watching from the beginning? And we could, I suppose. It's just
Yeah.
that's a lot. We could do
And
that, absolutely. There's nothing stopping us, but it's a lot. That was a long time ago. I mean, I've watched the beginning of the show a number of times, but I never really got that far. I never really got that far before I stopped watching that much. So again, I've never seen the full on series before. I have watched the beginning, but I would stop midway through. Like maybe like a few episodes after the beginning. Yeah.
that would bring me back some memories watching all the way from the very first Passions.
Yeah.
I was,
I didn't even get to see the beginning until you know, I think when it came to YouTube, I think. I mean,
I was,
back when they used to have a number of websites that were able to hold episodes and stuff like that. Like they used to have this. We never really discussed this on the show. They used to have. This was also how I was watching Passions, along with my dad getting them for me on DVD. The final season. Um, they also they used to have this one message board like website. It was called Crane Estate, which had everything Passions. And you could talk about anything Passions on there. They'd post the episodes on there. So, and that's how I was also watching the show, aside from my dad downloading the episodes onto DVD for me. But that site got taken down or whatever. I don't know. A lot of people blame me that I told too many people about it, and the page was supposed to be something secret or whatever. I don't know, but everybody blames me for it being taken down. I think they tried to put it back up for a time, but it didn't remain up for very long. It didn't remain up for very long. Um, and all that, and yeah. But there used to be a lot more Passions sites, if you know what I mean. But now you can barely find any anymore. I mean, unless you're watching unless you're
on
watching the
YouTube.
show on unless you're watching the show on YouTube, there really isn't very many Passions sites anymore.
Yep. I just wish they didn't stop Passions, but they
We all
did.
wish that, sweetie. We all wish it.
Yeah.
All of us fans wish that it had never gotten canceled. I still will never forget, I mean, I still remember, um, this is kind of cheeky or whatever, and I finally did find it on YouTube. I will never ever forget that when the show used to air on the NBC website and everything, it was like once you hit play on certain episodes, all episodes that were on there, whenever you would press play, it would always start up with that, why don't you keep on the sunny side of life, every episode. And I searched everywhere for that song because it brings back memories of when the show was on NBC. That was just how they would always start the show or whatever, with that sunny side commercial and that music. And I finally found it on YouTube, and now my heart just drops whenever I listen to it. So God, I miss that. Yeah. And I'll just say again, even though we got two Passions actors on days, I will just say or whatever that it's definitely not a Passions reunion anymore. Even when Lindsay Hartley left the show, when her character was killed off, even then, it still really, really, really had good storylines for Galen and Eric. But now it seems like Galen has absolutely nothing to do, and Eric, while he's playing, the dad now and everything, having to take care of his daughter and his adult son and all that kind of stuff and everything, he still isn't as interesting as when the character very first came on and what they had going with him. Both actors, they really don't have very much to do on the show anymore. It seems like Luis and Ethan on Passions are just not them that much right now. It's really downing and everything. They're the main reason I started watching the show. Okay, Eric has a bit more than Galen does. Galen has absolutely nothing to do. Okay, he has a number of conversations with people, but that's about it. He's got no storylines. Eric's got a few storylines that he's got, but nothing really interesting. So as of right now, I can't really think of anybody that, who is out there that, who is in the cast that really has much to do. Lindsay Hartley, like I said, Lindsay was usually around, aside from her Hallmark and Lifetime movies. Aside from that, she would usually temporarily play Sam on General Hospital whenever the original Sam couldn't be on, so she would temporarily play the part. But now Sam's dead, which I think was very, very, very upsetting because that character was so loved and everything. Kelly McCall, I think her name is, who played Sam or whatever, she's killed off on the show now, so now Lindsay can't do that part anymore. Um, I can't think of anybody else out there that's really doing anything that can make us look back and think of Passions. Again, Galen and Eric are on days, but they just don't have much to do.
And James Hyde is in one of the Lifetime movies too. One of them.
I've seen him
Forget.
like I said, I
Yeah.
saw him in one or two things, but it's just like I said, you can't really flip through the channels anymore and find any of the cast and think, oh yeah, I remember Passions. It's just, there's not very many out there anymore that are really giving you that kind of memory. such a shame that that soap has, you know, that was the like as we consider to be the best soap opera ever and everything, you know, it's a shame that it really hasn't had anything. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
You're making me yawn. Quit.
Sorry. I'm tired
It's
or
just
whatever,
weather.
right? Oof. Like I said, I'm used to taking myself to bed at around 7:30 or something like that. I mean, even last night, a little bit after 7, I got myself on my sleeping medicine and all that stuff, and was with my buddy or whatever until I mean, obviously I was up when he had to go. We weren't able to finish. We weren't able to finish the entire show or whatever that we were watching. He had to go before we could finish, but I was still awake or whatever, but um still, I mean, I'm used to taking myself to bed at about 7ish or something. Ugh. So yeah, I mean, but oh my word, what a coincidence. My alarm just went off. We just made it through another show, people. Oh, what a coincidence. There we were, not knowing what to say, and it looks like we were saved by the clock. So anyways, people, yes, thank you all for tuning in today. It was great having you all here, and if you missed this week, don't worry. You can tune in next weekend. We will be here. Once again, same time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we will have more stuff to discuss about Passions. As long as we still are watching the final season, we'll have more of the show that we're watching to talk about and everything. We're almost done. But please, once again, if any of you know of ways that we can get in touch with these people from the show, or if you want to appear on the show and talk about it, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Just put your name and a social media. That's all we need. And once you do that, one of us, either myself or Casey, we will reach out to you. And we would just love to have you on here. You guys have helped us keep Passions alive, keep Harmony alive. Even like Christopher Malecki said, it's all thanks to people like us, you know, that beloved soap opera remains alive to this day. So let's keep at it. Let's not let it die or whatever. But I guess now would be the time to say that until then, I'm Joe Velasquez.
I'm Casey Metcalf.
Just remember, you are our passion for life. Thank you. Thank you, guys. God bless everybody. Have a good one. Keep your spirits high, and we'll see you all next week. And